Good morning. It's Thursday already. Can you believe it? God, this week is flying by. It's flying by. I am welcoming you to the Success Secrets for Business, Family, and Life channel. This is the Coffee Break Show. I'm Vickie Helm. We go live Monday through Friday. We share tips, tools, techniques, inspiration, motivation, information that is going to help you create thrivability in your future. And today, this is brought to you by the Metadigm Digital Network. And I want to welcome you all to this Thursday show. It's an important topic today. Today, we're going to talk about the era of the new entrepreneur and what you need to know to succeed as an entrepreneur now in this post-pandemic world. And I just want to say good morning to everybody who's coming on. I know it's Thursday. What the F? How did that happen? Happy Thursday. Thank you for being here. Today is a very different topic, and I want to take it out to the nth degree so that you can maximize your success and results. And I want to talk to you about entrepreneurship today. There's a new era, a new entrepreneur that is coming out. We are beginning to see the waves of that right there. And I want to let you know, these are what I call the perspective shifting entrepreneurs. And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, we're going to be shifting into this new perspective as entrepreneurs because times are calling for that. It's kind of like when a tornado goes through a neighborhood and rips everything up and throws everything out. You're going to at first feel you're hurt. You're first going to be shocked. You're going to be, my loved ones are safe. Okay. And then you accept the damage. You're like, okay, we are at the point where we have to accept the damage. The tornado's already gone through. We've already been in that kind of lockdown or social distancing, and we're still doing some of that social distancing right now. But in the future, we are going to be having to shift the perspective because we're going to be going through a rebuilding phase. And in that rebuilding phase, what you have to know right now is nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows. There isn't a way there's no experts right now. Nobody has said, well, I've been in a post-pandemic economy 3 or 4 times. I have 10 years experience as to how to get through that. That is not what's going to happen. That is not what's here. That is not what the future is about. The future is going to be about creativity in entrepreneurship and perspective shifting. So what do I mean by that? If you're an entrepreneur and you have a message for the world, if you have a message that is for this new world, it's your time right now. It doesn't matter if you know what to do or how to do it or whatever you're doing. For about a huge hunk of time right now, a huge hunk of this year, because we're already in August, we have been shifting from this pandemic and it has ruined a lot. So what are the new perspectives of the new entrepreneur? Well, it's going to be about, I just want to say good morning to everyone. I like this. Tell me, we are now post-pandemic. Please, I'm so ready to be done with this so I can hug people again. Yes. I don't think we're post-pandemic yet, but in the post-pandemic world, it's going to evolve over, a period of time. Actually, it's coming over probably the next decade. And there's all these new technologies that are coming out. There's implementation of a lot of stuff. I am not a doctor, so I can't say whether, we're post-pandemic, but that post-pandemic economy we're in right now. People have lost their businesses, all that. There's so much shrinking around, there's so much shrinking around what businesses used to be or how to get them back up. There's not going to be a lot of credit. We're going to see some financial, fallout from this particular thing in our world. And so when the pandemic hits, when we get to that post-pandemic world, It's the people who are acting right now. Those are who are building our post-pandemic world. People are starting right now. And so in that right now, you have to know that people are moving from business that are just profit focused to purpose focused, because the buyer, the consumer, has been really beat up right now. I mean, really beat up. Their income has been beat up. Their attitude has been beat up. Their credit is going to be beat up. A lot of them, even the wealthy people are taking hits right now. And we've only just begun feeling the hits from this calamity that's just happened. And we've been talking about that for days, but I want to talk about the rebuilding, the restructuring of that. So what's going to happen is, what the consumer is going to need is something that makes them feel hopeful. Where's the hope? I want to buy hope. I want to buy the future. I want to buy something positive. I want to buy into. I want to be a part of. Those are the things that we're moving from profit focused to purpose focused. And I'm not talking about a purpose driven. I mean, true purpose. I mean, somebody that's perspective about the future gives them hope about rebuilding, about problem solving, about doing things that are going to help the world regenerate and grow. We are moving into what I call the regenerative economy. And that means regenerating jobs, regenerating the earth, regenerating how our food systems are, regenerating how manufacturing goes. In every country all around the world, this is going to happen. We are going to have a regenerative post-pandemic economy that is all about rebuilding. And if you want to be successful in there, your message has to be meaningful, purposeful, and not just about that bottom line profit, that bottom line there. You want something that's going to help you. And I made myself some notes, so I got some notes here. You want yourself to know that you have a purposeful, uplifting message. The next thing is that you have to start seeing customers. Customers have to turn into people. Customers have to turn into people. You want your people focus to be right out there in front of you. It has to be purpose for people. If you have a message, it's like you can go to a grocery store and pick up food, or you can go to a farm where a guy is specifically growing food for his community on purpose. He's making good organic food and you're buying it directly from them. Or whatever, if you have your shop or whatever business you decide to start up, you want to think about what's your purposeful message. Why are you opening that business? If it's just for money, you're probably not going to have as much success. If you have purpose, I want to be an auto mechanic for this area because we've lost our auto mechanics and my neighborhood needs their cars fixed and things like that. You have to find out, what is your purpose for? Why do you care about what you're doing? Is it just to make money? Why do you care about helping others? Why do you care about helping others? And really sit with that. I know a lot of people are like, I want to make a difference in the world. Why do you want to make a difference in the world? That why needs to be expressed so your customer knows the why you're doing it. It's not just about money. I think making money is fantastic. I love it. I've done it for years. Money's been very good to me. I love money. I like old money, new money, just any kind of money. But the thing and the reason that I do the work I do is because the part of the awakening means that somebody has to go down into the suffering and talk to people in there. Just be the example of I know what it's like to have crawled from the very, very bottom of the pit and walked my way up. I know what it's like to feel the sadness, the excitement, the depression, the hurt, the joy, the learning, the pride, everything else. I know what it's like to lose everything and have to rebuild it. I know the pain of looking for answers that you can't find. I know what it's like to go ahead and go follow one guru who's a liar. I know follow a guru who's a cheat. I know what it's like to not succeed because people have been dishonest. I know what it's like for people to steal your money and run. And I want to help you avoid the mistakes that I made, and the people that I ran into. Those are the reasons I get up every single morning and I talk to you on this show and have a cup of coffee with you. Or in my case right now, I have, LaCroix, who should be sponsoring us. But we get to the point where we are talking, and the new era of entrepreneurship is it has to be purposeful. You have to be able to tell them why you want to do it. People want to be cared for right now, because the number one thing they've lost, they have forgotten, and they've been forgotten. They've been left behind. People have, jerked all over them. They've crapped on their jobs, crapped on their livelihoods, crapped on their lifestyle, crapped on their neighborhoods. It's like their whole life has been ripped up and thrown out. People want to know, why do you care? And they want to hear it authentically. And if they don't hear it authentically, that sale may not be made. I like this. I don't want people to be unhealthy while working from home like I was for years. Now, I want to talk to you about this. Sean is one of the men that when I realized I cannot sit down and do my job every day, I have to get up and move. And every hour, because of Sean, I get up and do squats. I do 10 squats every hour. And his message is so real. I can't wait till you guys read his book. But this is what I'm talking about. I don't want people to be unhealthy while working from home like I was for years. The question is, why? Because I know the pain of what it's like to have. I know the pain of what it's like to, and I don't want you to suffer like I did. And they can feel your honesty. They have to be able to feel your honesty. Like this, customers are people, not customers. That's the big thing right here. And this is the thing right here: profit focused, purpose focused. Think about it. Look at the difference. Profit focused, purpose focused. Oprah, completely purpose focused, completely. And she's a billionaire. And that thing is, we have to get into our client, our customers, our people. We have to get in their minds right now. How are they feeling? One, they're feeling confused. There's fake news, real news, we don't know. Two, they're feeling divided, like they have to take sides. Three, they're feeling like, they're feeling like that some people are hashtag woke and some people are hashtag stupid. And it's both sides that feel that way. But what message could you give them that would bring them together as to why you serve them and what's important to them and why? I want to read this. After World War II, my grandfather was the founder and head of the Farmers Union in Japan post-war. People were starving and there was no economy. He got farmers across Japan to raise rabbits, which were a quick protein. He also influenced the fashion industry, making rabbit fur muffs worn with kimonos, the highest fashion. It created food and a new industry. This is the point of a different perspective. And the challenge for you is, are you going to tell your message from the mountain high to help people and gain profits as well? Or are you going to hide under covers and try to figure out, how you can, I'm scared of what people, I like any kind of money, Vickie Helm. That's it. I do. So we got this: profits and profits are going to move to purpose, and customers are going to move to people. And here's the next big thing. Marketing tactics are going to move. They're going to die. Marketing tactics suck. And your message is going to be your marketing. It's your message is your marketing, and marketing tactics. Hi, I'm going to give FOMO and it's only going to be for a little while and blah, blah, blah. All those things are dying. All of them are dying. And in your message is how you build authority, not your marketing tactics. You build authority and influence because your message is powerful and strong and people want to hear it. They know when you're talking, you're telling the truth. They know that when you are speaking to them, you are doing it in love. They can hear it in your voice. They can hear it in what you say. They can hear it in your deliverables. And that is why people are going to open their purse in the future. They have gotten their butt kicked right now. Many of them have. Boom, Tawanda, baby. Thank you very much. Thank you. So look at that. So it does require a shift in attitude, routines, and personal care while making it happen from home. Now is the time, Sean. Yes, now is the time. I want to tell you, Tawanda over here, I've gotten up to being able to do 30 squats, from the bike riding and stuff. But I realized that 1 minute that I take every day, Sean, that has made me so much stronger. It's made it easier to mountain bike ride as well. So let's go here, Sean. People need to realize that working from home is not sitting behind a computer all day. They need to add components to their day to keep their minds and bodies healthy. Stretch, nutrition, human connection. I want to tell you also, Sean, it's not just the I call them squats. I don't know what they're called. Robin keeps telling me over and over, but my water consumption has gone up. I'm almost drinking a gallon a day. I'm drinking 332 ounces from the beginning of the day to the end of the evening, so that I'm more hydrated. Not drinking coffee anymore, Sean. Not happy about that, but not doing it. That to me makes me feel stronger. I'm not actually trying to lose weight, but I'm trying to remain and gain my muscle. I'm getting to the point where a girl needs to work out a little bit and gain some muscle and keep it there. A wise and purpose-focused man. Yes, a wise and purpose-focused man. That's the entrepreneur of the future. Your marketing is your message. And in your message, you have to be able to say the why it's important to you. Why are you so dedicated to that? Why are you so dedicated to making a difference in people's lives the way you make a difference in people's lives? Why are you dedicated to that? Why? And you have to be vulnerable about it, because it can't be like, hi, I want to help you lose weight. Why? Because it's important to lose weight. It makes you healthier. Why? Why do you want me to lose weight? Why are you so passionate about it? The why is there. People right now are missing. Many of them are feeling hopeless. They've lost their business. Some have lost their family members. They've lost their way of life. They don't know what they're going to do next. And you want them to trust you. Why should they trust you? Why? If they can't feel it in your message, if you can't be open and say, well, I remember how embarrassed I was to be fat. I remember how hard it was to I'd wake up not being able to breathe at night, or whatever there is. And I know the fear, I know the pain, I know the shame, I know this. I know it because I've lived it, been it, be it. And I don't want you to feel that way. And not only that, I know if you did what I'm selling, you take this quantum leap from here to here without all the mistakes happening. You're actually protecting them. And trust me, people don't feel protected right now. They don't feel protected by their mortgage companies, not by their governments, not by their state governments. People are like, hey, what's going on here? What's happening? Are we safe? I don't know. And rebuilding that right now means you have to build trust. And in order to say trust, if you say, I want you to buy this, their answer is going to be why. And you need to give them the real why, not the marketed why. Hi, because it's fast. It'll make you better. It'll cut things in half. You'll save money, blah, blah, blah. The why has to address the pain. Nobody's addressing the pain of the people right now. Nobody. And if you address the pain of the people, you'll have people following you right now. So we went over profits, went to purpose, customers moved to people, marketing tactics moved to messages. And the next thing that's going to happen is value-based sales versus pressure-based sales. Value-based sales versus pressure-based sales. Pressure-based sales aren't going to work right now. If you keep pressuring somebody into buying and, close the deal, close the deal, close the deal, close the deal, you have to let them know how hard you're working for them. You have to let them know the value they're getting. What's the value they're getting? How's it going to change your life? How did it change your life? How did it make it better for you? All of this value-based selling, these are the tactics that are going to be used in the post-pandemic era. People are going to be frugal. They are not going to be there. Nobody feels like, well, let's spend a lot of money right now because we got more money coming in. Everybody, even the rich, even the wealthiest people, sales for the wealthy people, I would say people who make, 250,000 a year to about 100,000 a year, their purchasing has stopped. It has dropped 19%. It was at 16, it's now 19% it's dropped. Not because they don't have money, but they're cautious of the future. They're cautious of the future. And when they're cautious of the future, people become frugal. They don't feel safe about what's happening or what their company is going to do. They don't know of when it hits the fan if they're going to get laid off. All they remember is in 2008, I was at this really prestigious job at Citigroup, and they let go of 53,000 people in one day. 53,000. And that's just one day because they let go of more people eventually a long time. And so right now, what are they doing? They're paying down their debt and they're saving cash. They're like, okay, I don't know how much cash we need, but we have our retirement investments and we'll have that, but we need more emergency funding. We got to pay these credit cards down. They are taking a very frugal stance right now because they're thinking about the next decade. They're like, okay, what if I lose my job? What if I do this? What if I do that? If you sell them the correct solution, if you're selling anyone the correct solution, it has got to come from the place of authenticity and having to share your personal story about how you know how hard it is, how you know how tough it's gotten. In your message, what is this? In your message is how to build authority, not your marketing. Vickie Helm. Hell yes. Thank you very much. Let's see. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Yes. This is the time right now. Sean, this is hitting the nail on the head right now. This is exactly where we're moving to. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That is Towad, pronounced Towad. Not sure what that is. I know it has to do with squatties, but let's see. Thanks for the phonetics. I love this Maya Angelou quote, and there is no quote, but okay. Wow, no coffee. Oh, that must be the quote that Sean just said. Wow, no coffee? Yes. And I don't even know how long it's been, but thank God for bubbly sparkling water because that is the best. So instead of post, it's a new norm. And how do we as people in business navigate these new waters? Yes. Let's say instead of post, it's a new normal. It is. Scientifically and statistically speaking, this is just the beginning of these present issues. It's about thinking outside of the box and reaching up into the ethers and grabbing that idea. There are always solutions. And I want to tell you, this is a new generation of ideas. And Sean, I want to go back to the now is your time. Dude, you need to step on it. Now is your time. Gyms have closed. They're probably going to close again. People are afraid to go to them. And there's, points where people are like, what can I do at home? How can I help my fitness at home because of lockdown and things like that? Dude, you have the answer. Now is your time. It's true. Exactly. It's been a transition. If you address the pains of the people, you will have people following you. This is the big key. And I want to talk about the pains of people. I want to talk about the real pains of people. The number one pain for people is the perspective they have. The number one pain is the perspective they have. If your product shifts their perspective, and it makes them feel safe, heard, seen, loved, and cared for, you will have the sale, full stop. Not pressured, missing out, all of that. I think those are toxic marketing things. When you get to the point where you are using your heart and your soul and you're doing real connective marketing, then making them feel safe, seen, heard, and loved, That's the way forward in our new normal. And it's so important that you do that. The next thing outside of perspective is knowledge base. Knowledge base is how much do they need to know in order to help them shift their perspective? Then what are they going to need to do in order to help them shift their perspective? Then what objectives? You're going to have to overcome their objectives right now. You have to say why the new is better than the old. And this is so important because people don't like change. They fear it. So if they could go back, everybody wants everything to go back to the old way it was. How do we get back to the old way it was? Well, that doesn't happen very much, does it? We don't know how to get back to the old way. It's never going back to the old way. Some people have a hard time accepting that. I mean, come on. How many people balance their checkbook right now? Well, I'll tell you, most people that balance their checkbook are about 70 years old, 65 to 70 years old or older. Those are the people who balance their checkbook because they somehow don't want to go to online banking or see how it's going. They're doing the same handwriting check every single month and making sure everything, they just hung on to that old way. And what happens when you hold on to that old way? You will be left behind. You will be so far left behind, you may not be able to catch up. You have to adapt and accept the things that are here to accept. Your perspective in your product, if it is not adaptable to what's coming in new normal, you need to redo your product. You have to go from your customer's place. They're feeling scared, hopeless, uncertain. They don't feel like their government is with them. They feel like there's a big conspiracy theory. They feel like there's a hoax. There's a pandemic. There's all these suspicions. Those aren't signs of a healthy mind saying, I trust my government. And maybe this has gone on for a long time, but it's very strong right now. Well, if they don't trust the government, that's fine. They need to trust you. Can you get them unhooked from all the things that they are worried about and hooked up to something that's going to carry them to a prosperous future? That's what entrepreneurism today. And you want to be able to do that by values-based selling. Here's why this is good. Here's why this works. Here's why it's going to help you. Here is why it's important to have that. And here's how I came about wanting to sell this, do this, make this product. I wanted to make it for you because I know what it's like. I did this and I did that and I hit this and the School of Hard Knocks gave me a doctorate degree and I just don't want you to have that. So value-based versus pressure-based, value-based versus pressure-based sales. Thank you very much. So online shopping has really brought value-based sales into the mainstream without having to go to Walmart. That's true. And right now, that's the value. The value isn't, you don't have to live inside that Walmart thing. So you guys are talking really fast. Amazon Q1 and Q2 has been huge. Toewood is the phonetic pronunciation of Toewood. Top of the hour workout of the day. Thank you. This is Sean right here. He's trying to educate me. All I know is I do squats and I feel better. Toewood. In fact, I'm up to riding about an hour and a half, 2 hours a day every single morning now because of it on my mountain bike. And I'm very excited about that. It's really been a turnaround to drink all that water. I could even be one of your success stories, Sean. Happy to do that. The phonetic pronunciation, top of the hour workout of the day, top of the hour workout of the day. Thank you. Great to hear this. Very close. We need to pick back up soon. Yes, I'm ready for that. Look at this. We're here. Go, Sean, go. Go, Sean, go. It's your time, bro. Let's see. It's always tough. It's always through innovation that the rest of society benefits. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And entrepreneurs are the ones that are the innovators. Thank you. There would be new ideas, new inventions, and solutions created by entrepreneurs. The human brain, a machine created for this dense reality, is here to ensure human survival in this reality. In order to experience the spiritual journey, it truly is all perfect. The answers are always there. Yes, and it's time to bring those answers out, but you cannot use old systems for a new world. You cannot use old systems for a new world. Let's see. You must create something personal that will work now with the new changes, as well as lasting into the future to solve the same problem that will inevitably repeat as dictated by your long history of cycle living. Yes. So that's what I have for you today. I think that the new era of entrepreneurship is about creating the new perspective. And that new perspective is moving from being profit-based to purpose-based. It's being, people-based instead of customer-based. It's being your message-based instead of marketing tactics. It's being value-based sales versus pressure-based sales. And that is how we are going to end our show today. Thanks for being with me on the Copy Break Show. Friday is tomorrow. I can't even believe it. I mean, come on. How fast did this week go? Tomorrow I got Scott on the show, and we're going to have some fun, rock your world, and be here. And Scott and I always have a great Friday. We have a good giggle, and we have a great time. We want you to join us, and I will see you tomorrow. Mwah! Peace out. You guys have a great day. That's right.